5 Memphis police officers fired for beating Tyre Nichols. All the and here's the thing about this: all the cops are black. Now, I don't want to play the racial white cop, black cop thing, because when they become officers of the law, it's all blue. They don't even see the white and black no more. It's all blue. They buddy blue. So for the other officers involved, or for nobody to step up and say, no, this is bad, and you beat an unarmed, this was a traffic stop. It was a traffic stop. This was not, he had a gun. This was not, he robbed a liquor store. This is not, he beat up somebody. This is not, he's involved in a robbery or anything like that. This is a traffic stop. Simple, basic traffic stop. Yet you pull out batons, billy clubs, the flashlights. You know them black flashlights is heavy. Flashlights and whatever else. You probably pistol whipped him. Probably pistol whipped him. It's sad. It's sad going around in the departments of law enforcement. It's not just black or white. They don't even see color no more. They just see blue. They just see blue, and they protect each other. That's the vicious cycle of all law enforcement departments of law enforcement. Every branch of law enforcement is like this. Every single one of them. You go to the military, you know what's going on over there. You go over there and you enlist. You might not make it out. You might die. They leave your body somewhere and just, that's it. No explanation. They did it to a lot of women over there. They raped them too. I forget. It's in my notes, my past notes. But it was some type of thing going on in the military. I forget what branch. I think the Army, where men and women were coming up missing, and they wasn't even. And I missed you guys too. And they wasn't even fully in there or whatever, because of the fact that they were still going through boot camp, whatever. And they was, you know, things happened to them, and they were told to keep their mouth closed. And because they didn't keep their mouth closed, so Tyre Nichols died on January 10, 2023, just recently, 3 days after the traffic stop. They beat him to death. They beat him, and then he died 3 days later. And the cops was just fired. Now, I don't know if it was charges brought up on him, because they didn't say that. They didn't say any charges were brought up on the officers. And I don't have all the 5 names of the officers. I can go research them. We can all do the research and get the. What I'm doing is sharing my thoughts on this. You got 5. I don't even know if they decorated. I'm just going to call them decorated officers. 5 decorated officers have been on the force multiple years. You know what's going on with the African-American black people out here in the world with officers of the law and stuff like that. Yet you turn your back on the same people that you're supposed to be fighting for and supposed to be serving and protecting. Because if we serve and protect ourselves, we police ourselves, then we get in trouble. We break laws. And then you guys come, take us, arrest us because we're protecting ourselves. It's a vicious cycle. Vicious cycle. Mr. Cutthoat is in the building. Excuse my language for saying this, but I do not like fucking cops. I don't. You know, I have a problem with law enforcement around the whole board. And that goes all the way down to a mall cop. They're on the news now. See that? Yeah, it's the 12 o'clock news, the afternoon news, and it's not okay. They need to be prosecuted. They need to be tried, because I tell you this, if you allow this to transpire and get away, Memphis is gonna burn. They are going to burn Memphis to the ground. You have got to do something about this right away. You don't need to wait. If you wait for that tape to come out, they really going to go in an uproar. I was listening to Sergeant Dorsey on YouTube. She is fine black sister. She got 4 kids. Fine black, decorated officer, retired, all that good stuff. She was in, service. And she is so fine. Did I mention that? She's so fine. She is so inspiring to listen to. And when I listen to her, I be like, wow. And I always leave comments saying, thank you for making that clear and giving me a better understanding on law enforcement. And she breaks it down to where I can ebonically comprehend what she's saying. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting to allow law enforcement to continue doing this. Like, you have to go to the root of this. And what I mean is, you have to go to the heart of the stations, the chiefs of police. You have to reform police, police reforming. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to go through psychological profiling and all of that stuff. Like, these cops need to be held accountable for every infraction they make. And they need to be held accountable for every infraction, just like the law says. The same law that they serve and protect, if they break that law, they need to be held accountable to the full extent. To the full extent. They don't get no breaks because they law enforcement. They don't get no breaks because they serve in blue. No, it actually should be a harsher punishment because you know better. Because when you become an adult, okay, when you're a child, look, we're going to do this. When you're a child, you go and you break something. You didn't know no better, so you don't get the beating. But when you become a teenager and a young teenager and you break it, then that's when you get a boo-boo. Because in their mind, an adult's mind, the older people around you, the parental guidance, parents and all the good stuff, they expect you to know better once you get a certain age. And that is what law enforcement is. They expect us to not break the law. And if we break the law, we go to jail or we get prosecuted. So it's the same for them. It should be the exact same, if not harsher and worse. You don't get no break because you're law enforcement. And you people that ride around with the blue, the law enforcement little thing, and they got the little blue stripe in the flag or whatever, you guys are pathetic. You pathetic. Because you're insinuating that it's okay for that. The perpetuation of that is okay to you. Because that's what you're going around doing, perpetuating it. Yes, you are. You ride around with that little old sticker on there, whether you're a civilian or law enforcement, and perpetuate it. You like when the government crashes down on helpless people. It was a traffic stop violation. He did not need to lose his life. Now, it was another one. Cop did the same thing. She pulled him over. Light-skinned cat, I forget his name. Pulled him over in the street. Bop, bop, bop. He tried to flee, I guess. And then, they chased him down, got him, and then shot him. It don't matter. She said she mistaked her gun for the taser. Remember that? Y'all remember that? She said, because the taser is on this side, the gun is on this side. She mistaked the taser for the gun. Like, she didn't even reach for the taser, guys. She reached right for the gun and said she mistaked it for the taser. Nope. I'm going to do my Shannon Sharp. Nope. I'm not buying it. Half Moon Bay. Let's go there.